What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, a Knicks fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment. You want to know when the next video going to drop? Hit the notification bell. But let's get into this game. The New York Knicks win their eighth straight game. I know a lot of people didn't think it was possible. Uh, you heard me talking about, a couple of videos ago, maybe a month ago, that the Knicks was winning and they would lose and come back and win. Then we would win 2 or 3 games. And I said I wanted us to get on a nice streak. Well, here's the streak. You know what I'm saying? They shut me up. Utah, what can I say about Utah? Utah, you can compare, if you want to say a mirror team, I'm not talking about players, but I'm just talking about how they've been playing in the month of January since the year start. They have been one of the other hottest teams in the NBA. Before coming into this game, averaging 128 points in the last 12 games. So for the Knicks to go out and do what they did, saying not only offensively but defensively, and it's no surprise because since the year started, we have been ranked #1 in defense, #1 in rebounding, and for the Knicks to go out and put the clamp down on Utah Jazz, I mean, I was expecting them to win, but I wasn't expecting us to stop them from at least. I was thinking that they would score at least 110 points. Maybe the game would have been 118, 110 Knicks victory. That was my hope, and that was the goal for the New York Knicks. But for the New York Knicks to come out and keep doing what they're doing, you have to say, first Jalen Brunson got to be rolled into the All Star because I know Utah game plan was to come out and just stop Jalen Brunson. And in the first half, it kind of looked like it was working. But if you look at the game from a real keen eye, you would notice that Jalen Brunson was just getting everybody else involved. And we're gonna talk about the other people. When I mean about that, I mean other players stepping up, and that's what we were talking about, and that's what a lot of people been talking about. Who was going to step up? And so far, Donte, I'm gonna stop saying his last name because I kill it. But Donte has been that player, but he hasn't been the only player, and I'm gonna get to them in a minute. But let's just talk about this game and how the New York Knicks have been playing. The New York Knicks, if you look at the stats of this game, 47% shooting from the field, 13 from 34 from downtown, free throws only missing one, 7 from 18, turnovers, six turnovers, offensive rebounds, 14, assists, 29. The Knicks, I know people thought when Julius went out that the Knicks would just fall apart, and I know it's only been 2 games. You know what I'm saying? But the 2 games that they played is showing that this team is for real. That this is a contending team, and we waiting for the for well, we already destroyed Philly, but we got slightly revenge back from Milwaukee. They still up us on wins, but we did get a win last time we played them. But we got to meet Boston. We got to go to Boston. You know what I'm saying? We got to do what we got to do and get that win in Boston. Not only we got to get that win, we got to break them down as we've been doing teams. Like I said, as we've been doing teams. Now, if you look at the month of January and how the Knicks have performed, this month has been one almost historic, really. But it's up there. You know what I'm saying? It's number 2, number 3, number 4. It's tied for third best month in the month of July of wins. The last time the Knicks had 15 wins in the month of January was in December of 1969. That was a long time ago. That was 54 years ago to be exact. But we're moving in the right direction. I'm not gonna let none or like people be talking about, oh yeah, I ain't won a championship since blah, but we ain't gonna get into that. But if you look at these stats right here, what that tell you that the Knicks is moving in the right direction. And the thing that is I can look forward to that them teams that played that well in that month of January in them years, they went on to do great things. So with us being right there in that echelon, I have hope for this season. I'm thinking making the Eastern Conference Final, and then from there anything is possible. Especially if we can get Julius Randle back. I know there was talk about Mitchell Robinson coming back. That's why the Knicks was denied that disabled Simpson exception. But I'm not worried about Mitchell Robinson right now. The way Hartenstein is playing, the way Jericho Sims is playing, the way the team is playing in general, that this is a contending team. And for once, you can say that the New York Knicks management went out and got competent players. Now, one would think, what, not to beat down R.J. Barrett or Emmanuel quickly, but this team looked much better without them. And you would say that management drafted them, and there was a good play. Maybe it just didn't work out. That's what it is. It didn't work out for us. RJ is thriving. I haven't really checked on quickly because I'm gonna be real. I'm a Knicks fan. You gone, you gone. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get off subject. I'm not gonna get off subject, but you gone, you gone. Now we check our stats and we see what these players did individually. Brunson has still had another stupendous night, going 11 for 20. Or excuse me, that's Donte. 10 for 23, 29 points. Um, like I said, we was talking about who was going to replace Julius Randle. Donte stepped up. That's 62 points from two players alone, filling right in for Julius Randle, as if Julius Randle have not missed a game. Point wise. And we're going to get to the players that's stepping up in a minute. As you look at these individual stats, you see Achiuwa 18 points, Hartenstein 14 points, Hart 10 points, all starters in double digits. Grimes 12 points, Sims 2. McBride, he didn't score tonight, but he do the little things, getting out on the defense, playing, some of the best players are, backup players, and sometimes the best player on the other teams. So the bench tonight only had 14 points. Nothing to rave about, but that don't mean this is not a capable bench. I still have faith in this bench. As long as they go out and do the things they need to do on defense, you know, they're a good bench. And especially if the starters is playing the way they played tonight. And one could say that, this can be a shot at Julius Randle, but every starter scored in double digits. And to be honest, I don't think that would have happened if Julius Randle was playing. So I'm not taking nothing away from Julius Randle. And yes, I want him to make a swift and quick recovery because I want him back playing for the New York Knicks. But sometimes you have to look at, stats and just look at the way the ball moves. I'm not saying that this team is a better team without Julius Randle. I'm just saying that this team is still a good team without Julius Randle. And that people sleeping on the players that we have is a mistake. Now we go and we see what Utah Jazz, we just look at their stats for a second before I move over to players that stepped up. All right, you see that excuse me, Saxon, 22 points. He was shaky in the first half, but he tried to get them into it. Markinson. What can I say about this team? Like I said, I already told you, they came in averaging 128 points a game, and compared to the New York Knicks, the Utah Jazz looked like giants. Kessler was blocking shots. How many block shots Kessler had? Kessler had 4 block shots. I know y'all hear me say it's a lot. He was a player I did want the Knicks to take a look at during the draft. But like I said, Utah was one of the hottest teams in January. They came into this game averaging 128 points in their last 12 games. And the Knicks managed to come out there and stop them offensively. Yes, they didn't stop them from scoring 100 points. The Knicks were holding teams under 100 points for like 99.9% of the last games that we started January. But it's still a good victory. It's still a victory that showed, other teams or experts, or shall I say Stephen A. Smith, that this is a contending team. We all know what Stephen A. Smith going to do once the playoff come and the Knicks come out of the first round. If the Knicks come out of the second round, he's going to be bandwagon so hard, you're going to think he's on the bench, that he's giving Tibbs advice. But we ain't going to get into Stephen A. Smith. But I got a video I keep saying I'm going to put out, but I just want to put out for the sheer audacity of this dude. But he get paid to do what he do. And I'm hoping to get paid from what I do. But all right, let's jump over to players that stepped up real quick, all right? First player we're going to talk about stepping up is Donte. You know what I'm saying? 33 points. And when it comes to career attempts in the game, he matched that the first game against the other night. He had 22 attempts. Tonight he had 22 attempts, going 50%, 9 for 15 from downtown, 4 assists. And I think he had around 2 steals. So he was all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Donte bring that energy. What I like about Donte is that, in my opinion, he is starting. But before he came to New York Knicks, he was always riding the bench. every now and then getting a chance to start on Golden State or Milwaukee. But I seen the starter in him, and the cohesiveness, the way these guys play together. You want to say the Villanova boys, but it's not just the Villanova boys. It's all of them as a team. The way they play together, it's a fun thing to watch, and it's scary. It's scaring the NBA because the NBA they gotta be on notice right now. Yo, they just did what they did without Julius Randle, not one game but 2 games. So they'll be playing at home, so we have a kind of little advantage. I think we play the Pacers next. This should be very interesting. This little stretch right here, already we got at least 5 more games at home. This is going to be very interesting. And if our players can continue to play the way they're playing, I don't know, man. Like I keep saying, Eastern Conference Finals, Eastern Conference Finals. I keep saying, you keep hearing me saying it. You keep hearing me saying it. What they say, that's how you manifest things. So all my Nick Cave dwellers, manifest, manifest, please. All right, let's get over to Josh Hart. His first triple double in his career: 10 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals. Um, Josh Hart. What can I say about Josh Hart? Josh Hart is everything that we've been looking for in a player for the longest. I know he's not the biggest player, but he got the biggest heart, if you ask me. A little pun on his name. I didn't even think about that. But since that trade last year, he had done nothing but give the Knicks his best. You can say he's the heart of the team. And when he's on the floor, you just expect good things from whether it's going to be points, defense, or even rebounds. You know that he's going to be out there giving you his all. And at any moment that he's going to make a play that can turn the game. If we down, he can make that one play that just changed the whole emotions and energy, everything about the New York Knicks. This was a perfect trade. I know what we gave up. A lot of people complained about early on because a lot of people was fans of Cam and that deal. But this was one of the best trades we made in a long time, and I think it's going to continue. And then not only the trade, but then having the sense to to make it a um excuse me for a second, computer went out, to make it a point to re-sign this guy. So I don't know, like we've been getting down. Well, some people I've been hearing things how people talk about Knicks management, and right now you have to look at the Knicks management and and say, yo, y'all doing something that could be special. You know what I'm saying? We might have something here. You know what I'm saying? We just might have something here. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like when I say that, when I start talking about Knicks management, I mean because the way that draft went, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got all them picks, and now the picks is about to turn into something. People still were hoping for that trade or some kind of trade. But if anything happened, we have the ammunition to make it happen. And that's because the management went out there and made the moves that some of us did not agree with when it was first taking place. But now you see the moves are paying off. And not only they made moves in them when it comes to the drafts and picks, but the trades and the players that they're bringing in, which brings me to my boy. Because I know y'all been hearing me talk about him for a while now, and that's Achiuwa. And he's been precious. Yeah, you heard what I say. He's been a gem for the New York Knicks. Not just a throw in that trade. And I said it in my other videos. I keep forgetting to put your comment there because a guy said, yo, you pretty high on Achiuwa. Because I seen this from game 2 when he got in on the court. You can see that he wasn't comfortable and anything, but you can see that all it was going to take is a little bit of time before he fit right in because when he was a little hesitant, and I said it in my videos, but as each game progressed, you see him getting the feel for the other players, being in the right place, and then getting confidence. And once he started getting more confidence in himself, the players started getting confidence in him, and you see Jalen Brunson giving him the ball in the right time. Just the players, period, giving him the ball in the right time. I'm gonna say it again. We won the trade. You can say whatever you want about Toronto getting R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel quickly being going to be an all-star and this and that. But when you look at how the New York Knicks is playing and the players that we got producing, everybody except Malachi, and I think Malachi will get his chance. He did come out his first game, and he did look like he was going to, be more than a throw-in that trade. But since then, he been very shaky. You know what I'm saying? Very shaky. So you can't complain about Tibbs keeping him out the game. But Achiuwa, and I'm not even gonna talk about Anunoby because y'all already know what Anunoby doing. But Achiuwa, as I said, this guy is more than a throw-in. If he start hitting that three, that more, I don't think he made a three yet for the New York Knicks, maybe one, but if he can hit that on a consistent basis, this guy is gonna be deadly. And the thing about it, in an interview, he said that he always knew that he had this type of offense in him. It's just getting a chance to do it, and he's getting his chance. So he's definitely getting his chance. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. I know y'all seen my last few videos, I was real high on this guy, and now I'm pretty sure y'all seen the reason why. We just got to say, yo, thank you, Leon Rose. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Jalen Brunson, and thank you, Toronto, because Toronto, the players that Toronto gave us, is helping us go on this run. You know what I'm saying? Achiuwa is more than a throw-in, and I'm not gonna say a godsend because that title is left for Jalen Brunson. Let's be real. When we come to the New York Knicks and say God sent, that's title is left for Jalen Brunson. But the New York Knicks is more than just. I don't think this is a fluke. I know what I'm saying. I know some people saying they are pretenders, they're not contenders. Because you got haters. But the Knicks are, in my opinion, bona fide contenders. And I think they have a chance to go in the Eastern Conference Finals. And if we get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I think we have a chance to go into the NBA Finals. And if you think about whoever we meet now, the only team, and you heard me say in my video yesterday, that's if you watch it. And I said our biggest hurdle would be Boston. But imagine if Boston have a slip up somehow. You know what I'm saying? I'm not wishing no injuries. I ain't going to talk about injury, but just have a slip up and lose in that first round. I know that's kind of hard to imagine, but just imagine that. Who do you think will be the favorite to take it all? Will it be Philadelphia? Will it be Milwaukee Bucks? Or will it be the New York Knicks? I want y'all to hit me in the comments and let me know. But with that being said, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy, God bless, and peace.